Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? How is life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope everything is good. I need to get rid of this little block plate. I need to put it somewhere because it just becomes a fidget toy while we sit here and talk for the last week. I still haven't actually got it set up from when I purchased it because I haven't been working on the project that I bought it for, which was this walnut that was going to go on this box that I made for my oldest markers and pencils, but I cut this wrong, and I was going to compromise and try to figure out a way to design around the mess up, but I've accepted the fact that it's just messed up, and I wasted quite a bit of walnut, and I'm going to have to go get some more wood and redo it. So that's where we're at. Today was a really fulfilling work day. Today's Wednesday, work from home day, and I'm working currently this week on a project that kind of got put on hold because it's a pretty involved project that requires the help of another coworker who has set up a lot of the back-end stuff that goes on in this project and stuff that I haven't bothered to learn or figure out or whatever. Not that I haven't bothered, it's just he did that part, so it's kind of his part, and I'm doing more of the UI and experience part and deciding what goes into this application, and he's doing kind of the lifting, the heavier lifting. And he got kind of put on some other projects, and then we also relied on our other teammate, or well, our boss, our former boss, to kind of look at some stuff. But anyway, all this is to say that the work that I've been doing this week has been really good, and it's interesting how much that affects my mood. I know that, being fulfilled at work is generally something that doctors ask when you go seek them about depression or anxiety or whatever. Like, how is work? Are you feeling okay about your work? And fulfillment is something that everybody should kind of strive for at their workplace. But it's not something that's easy to define, right? Some people get plenty of fulfillment from doing menial tasks. I've definitely done menial task work. I've been a mechanic, and there's been jobs that are just kind of this boring, walk through the steps, go through the motions job. And I've found a lot of enjoyment in that because it gives you the freedom to just kind of zone out for a day and just go through motions. And that there's something refreshing about that. But currently, in my current mindset, in the current job that I'm doing, I like to be engaged in my work in a way that I don't feel overwhelmed and I can understand what it is I'm doing. And part of the reason this project kind of got put on hold was because essentially what we're making is a new version of one of our legacy applications, and the legacy application that we're kind of replicating is gigantic. It's a huge undertaking. And we are trying to make a very distilled version of that for mobile web, the general user who doesn't need this ginormous complexity of stuff. So we are working on a new, well, it's a new everything. We're not just relying on the back end of the old product, but we are relying on the database. So we are kind of molding our new product to fit the models that the old system was built on. And one of the reasons that I got really lost in it and kind of lost all my passion for it was because of this permission stuff that is really complex and deep, just to be able to determine whether somebody can see something. There's a whole lot of layers, and there's a whole lot of checks and balances to make sure that people aren't seeing things they're not allowed to see. And it got to the point where I was working on it, and then my coworker who had helped me do all the back-end stuff got put on another project for a while. But now we're back, and it's been great, and it's really had a profound effect on how I feel every day leaving work, or how I feel, today working from home. I had very clear tasks that I wanted to accomplish, and I did. I achieved those goals today. And I don't know. I think that I've mentioned it to my boss. I've mentioned it to coworkers. I've mentioned it to quite a few people that I work really, really well when there's structure, when there's expectation, and when there is a known required outcome. And so this particular project has that. Whereas the project that I'm normally on, my project, the project that I've been working on for the last 5 or 6 years, it's kind of up to me to figure out what it needs, and then input from users every now and then says I need this, but it's not. There is no expectation. There is no there's no clear cut path or roadmap for that project. It just kind of is, and that can be frustrating. So having goals and clearly defined reasons for things to happen is it helps my mindset a lot. So I've been feeling pretty decent, and sun's been out lately. That's helped a lot. We had windows open this weekend, and it was pretty warm today actually. So it's been good. But how's things where you are? How's your life? Do you feel fulfilled at work? And do you notice a difference on days that you feel unfulfilled versus fulfilled? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, Google, tell me a random fact.
According to Kunu.com, in Mongolia people play polo on yaks instead of horses.
On yaks. Yak polo. That'd be fun. Like, do they do anything to protect from the horns? Yaks have horns, right?